Hello everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Sam and Lily, where improving your English feels calm, natural, and enjoyable.
We're so happy you're here with us again. Today, we're going to talk about household chores, how British English speakers naturally talk about chores at home.
And if you enjoy learning with us, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps our channel grow, and it helps more learners around the world improve their English with us.
Right, let's begin.
Honestly, Lily, the older I get, the more I realize housekeeping is basically a never-ending cycle. You clean something, it looks perfect, and 2 days later, it looks like no one even tried.
It's true, chores never really stop. They repeat like seasons. And the funniest part is, you think you're finished, but the house always finds new ways to get messy again. I tidy one shelf, and suddenly, the other shelf looks like organized chaos.
Same here. On Saturday, I spent almost 3 hours doing chores at home. I started with the kitchen. I thought, I'll just wipe the counters quickly. Right, that turned into washing dishes, reorganizing the spice drawer, scrubbing the hob top, cleaning the microwave, and sweeping under the fridge. There's always one thing that leads to another thing.
Something about cleaning one small area triggers your brain. You suddenly notice every detail. And in British English, if you want to say, I cleaned all the surfaces, the natural phrase we say is, I wiped down the surfaces. That's the real everyday phrase here, not, I cleaned all surfaces. British speakers rarely say it that literal.
Yes, that's a great teaching example, actually. Learners sometimes translate directly from their language and say something like, I washed all the kitchen. But here we would say, I cleaned the kitchen, or specifically, I wiped down the worktops.
Exactly. So learners, if you want to sound natural, remember, wipe down, tidy up, do the dishes, clean the bathroom, hoover the floor, or vacuum the carpet. We use those expressions every week.
Speaking of hoovering, that is one expression many learners love. It's such a British cultural thing. In some countries, they say vacuuming. Here, because of the brand Hoover historically, we just say hoovering. For example, I need to hoover the living room.
I like how it sounds. I hoover my bedroom every Friday afternoon. I've created a routine around it. Actually, routines make chores easier to commit to. If you push everything to the weekend, it becomes overwhelming.
Yes, and mentally heavy. I used to do that. I would leave everything until Saturday morning, and then the entire day would disappear doing chores instead of living.
Exactly. So what do you do now?
Now I divide tasks through the week. For example, Monday evening, laundry. Tuesday evening, bathroom cleaning. Wednesday, hoovering bedrooms. Thursday, kitchen deep clean. Friday, quick tidy only. Saturday becomes free time.
That's extremely smart and much more sustainable. It's not stressful, it's not exhausting, it's light responsibility every day.
And that's useful phrasing also for learners. In British English, we like saying, I do a weekly routine, or I spread chores through the week, not I finish everything only on weekend.
I think a lot of learners always translate too literally. That's why natural phrasal verbs are so important for chore topics. For example, if you want to say, I organize my room properly, say, I tidy up my room, or I sort things out. That sounds naturally British.
Yes, and cleaning is full of those phrasal verbs. And notice how they're short and direct. That's part of British daily English rhythm. We do not try to sound dramatic or poetic about chores. We speak plainly, calmly, straightforwardly.
Very BBC style, moderate tone, neutral, clear. You don't exaggerate or oversell anything. You simply describe.
Exactly. Yesterday, I told my friend, I spent the morning tidying up and doing the laundry. That's enough. Natural. Easy to digest. Learners should copy that structure.
So what happened in your place yesterday after the deep kitchen cleaning? Did it actually stay clean?
It stayed clean for about 4 hours. My brother came home, made a sandwich, left crumbs everywhere, and somehow I found cheese stuck to the side of the toaster. I just stared at it like, why? How is this a normal thing?
I swear, people who don't do chores don't even see dirt. They literally cannot see mess. They walk past dust like it's part of the design.
True. But you know what I realized? I enjoy cleaning now in a strange, therapeutic way. When the house is tidy, my thoughts feel more organized. And when I hoover, my mind goes quiet.
Yes, chores can calm you down. It's weird because when you're younger, chores feel like punishment. But as an adult, they become grounding, like small rituals of order.
And this is also a B2 speaking strategy. When you talk about chores in conversation, connect emotion. Don't just list tasks. Talk about how it affects your thinking, your mood, your balance. That is higher level fluency.
Exactly. And one more natural phrase, I can't stand mess. We use that all the time. Not, I hate dirty environment. We say, I can't stand mess or I can't stand clutter. That's more British, more natural, more used. Let me ask you, which chore do you like the least?
Cleaning the bathroom, I absolutely hate it. The moment I see hair stuck in the drain, my soul leaves my body.
I understand that deeply. But I've created a technique. I clean bathroom every Thursday morning, even if it's not dirty yet. The goal is prevention. When you don't let dirt accumulate, cleaning becomes easy.
That's a very British strategy also, preventative routine. British housekeeping culture is more about maintaining manageable order regularly, not dramatic deep cleaning once a month.
Exactly. We maintain, not rescue.
Here is another useful British chore phrase. I need to put a wash on. Learners always say, I need to start washing machine, but we naturally say, I'm putting a wash on this evening.
Yes, that phrase is extremely common. Also, I need to hang the laundry out, not hang clothes up outside. We use that short, natural form.
And once it's dry, we say, I need to fold the laundry or I need to iron my shirt. Ironing is very British tradition, honestly. Even people who don't iron often still understand the cultural expectation that ironing exists.
Yes, and some people iron everything. Socks, pajamas, tea towels. Madness.
My aunt irons pillowcases.
That is commitment to aesthetic order. Speaking of order, do you organize your cleaning by music, playlist, or silence?
Music always, but calm music, like soft acoustic, not chaotic energy. Chores require focus. I like turning them into a gentle rhythm. It becomes almost meditative. This is good language learning moment also. In B2 phrasing, learners should describe style and preference using subtle tone words. Gentle, steady, manageable, structured, minimal. Those adjectives elevate fluency.
Absolutely. And chores vocabulary fits beautifully with those subtle adjectives. British English doesn't sound robotic. It sounds balanced. So, what's your weekly routine then, from start to finish?
Monday, tidy up living room. Tuesday, dust and hoover bedrooms. Wednesday, kitchen surfaces and fridge checks. Thursday, bathroom and sink deep clean. Friday, change bed sheets and open windows for ventilation. Weekend, maintenance only.
That's extremely structured. I love it.
After dinner, I tend to wash up straight away. I prefer not to leave dishes sitting in the sink, because once food dries on the plate, it becomes much harder to scrub off.
Same here. In the UK, it's very normal to say, I do the washing up. In American English, they usually say, I do the dishes. So if you want to sound more British and more natural here, say washing up instead of dishes.
Exactly. And I've noticed something. When chores pile up, the stress increases. So I do small tasks continuously, not all in one go.
Yes, one thing I teach my students is little bits consistently, and chores never feel overwhelming.
Sometimes on weekends, I do a larger cleaning session, but daily light maintenance keeps the house pleasant.
Absolutely. And for laundry, in the UK, we say, I put a wash on. It means starting the washing machine. I'm putting a wash on today. Very natural.
I used to say I'm washing clothes, but I'm putting a wash on sounds much more native and casual.
Exactly. And once clothes are done, we say I hang them out to dry, or I put them on the drying rack.
Some people use a tumble dryer, but many prefer air drying because it keeps clothes soft and saves energy.
And more British homes don't have huge dryers like in the US. Smaller homes, smaller appliances.
Very true. And another useful phrase, housework is uncountable.
Yes, let's make that extremely clear.
You should not say, I have many houseworks.
You should say, I have a lot of housework today.
That's correct natural phrasing.
And when we divide household tasks, we usually use verbs like take turns, share, or split.
For example, Sam and Lily take turns doing the recycling. This means sometimes I do it, sometimes you do it. It's balanced.
Yes, and recycling is another big part of British home life. Sorting plastic, paper, cardboard, glass, all separated.
We can say, I take out the recycling every Thursday morning.
Very natural. And you can also say, I put the bins out, meaning you move the rubbish bins outside for collection day.
Many learners say, I throw rubbish outside. That sounds wrong and confusing.
Better British phrasing, I take the rubbish out, or I take the bins out. That sounds like a normal British person speaking.
And indoors, we have hoovering.
Yes, another very British phrase. In the US, they usually say vacuum, but in the UK, we commonly say hoover.
So you can say, I need to hoover the living room.
Perfect. And when we tidy small things, like putting objects back in their proper place, we say, I'm just tidying up.
And when you want to sound polite and helpful in British English, you can offer like this. Do you want a hand with that?
It means, do you want help? It's very soft and friendly.
If someone is cooking, you can say, do you want a hand chopping the vegetables?
Natural, supportive phrasing.
Another useful expression, wipe down the surfaces.
This means cleaning tables, countertops, shelves, not deep scrubbing, but quick maintenance.
I usually wipe down the kitchen counters after every meal, because if crumbs stay there too long, they attract ants.
Yes, and we don't want that.
Absolutely not.
Something else, many British homes have weekly routines for specific chores.
For example, Saturday morning might be laundry day.
Sunday afternoons might be general house cleaning.
And during weekdays, we just keep things under control.
So learners, this is a cultural pattern too. In the UK, we often prefer consistent, small maintenance, not dramatic, chaotic cleaning once a month.
Yes, British households usually expect regular, low-stress tidiness.
And now another language correction moment. If you want to talk about ironing clothes, don't say pressing clothes.
The natural phrase is, I iron my clothes.
And if you need to, you can say, I need to iron my shirt before work.
These are small details, but they make your English sound authentic.
Absolutely. And it's not about sounding perfect. It's about sounding natural and confident.
Here's another phrase, I run errands.
This means going out to do small tasks, like buying bread, picking up parcels, posting letters, or grabbing milk.
For chores outside the house, errands are part of daily life.
And sometimes errands can connect to chores, like buying cleaning spray, buying bin bags, buying washing detergent.
Exactly. So when telling your day, you can link both indoor and outdoor tasks smoothly.
And this is an important speaking skill, connecting story flow.
Instead of bullet points, we speak like a narrative.
Yes. So let's model a more natural narrative about chores in British English.
Every morning, I make my bed, open the curtains, and air out the room. After breakfast, I wipe the counters, rinse the dishes, and put a wash on if needed. In the evening, I hoover the hallway, take out the bins, and tidy up the living room before I relax.
That sounds extremely natural.
Yes, structure, smooth, continuous.
And that's what we want listeners to start using in their speaking practice, natural, continuous narration.
You don't have to rush. Take your time.
British English communication is calm, balanced, subtle, not overly dramatic.
And because we maintain our homes daily, chores don't feel heavy or stressful.
They become small rituals that support a peaceful home. You know, Sam, sometimes I think household chores never really end. As soon as you finish one thing, another job appears.
That's so true. I always say cleaning is like doing the dishes. Once you've finished, it's already starting again. But at least we can talk about it in good English.
Absolutely, and we can help our listeners sound a little more natural when they talk about it too. For example, instead of saying, I clean the house, in British English, we often say, I do the housework.
Yes, do the housework is the common phrase. We also say do the washing up for cleaning dishes rather than wash the dishes.
Exactly. So if you want to sound more British, you can say, I'll do the washing up after dinner.
Or could you do the hoovering this morning? That means vacuuming, by the way. Hoover is actually a brand name, but we use it as a verb.
That's a good one. And listeners, remember, it's I need to hoover the carpet, not I need to vacuum cleaner the carpet. Small things like that make your English sound smoother.
Right. And when we talk about sharing chores, we can use phrases like we take turns doing the laundry or we share the cleaning.
Yes, take turns is very British in tone, polite and cooperative. You could say, we take turns cooking dinner, for example.
That's a lovely phrase, and it keeps peace at home.
Definitely. Now, another one that learners often get wrong is tidy up. We say, tidy up your room, not make your room clean.
Right. Tidy up sounds much more natural. It's not deep cleaning, it's just organizing or putting things in the right place.
And here's a useful structure. I need to tidy up before my guests arrive. Or, let's tidy up a bit. It sounds friendly and realistic.
You know, that makes me think, how do you feel about chores, Lily? Do you enjoy any of them?
Enjoy might be a strong word, but I do find ironing quite relaxing. The sound of the steam and the warmth, it's oddly satisfying.
That's interesting. I'd never call ironing relaxing. For me, it's cooking that feels therapeutic. Maybe that counts as a chore too.
It does, although I think cooking is half pleasure, half duty.
True, and here's another tip for our learners. When you talk about something you have to do at home, you can use I'm responsible for.
Good example. I'm responsible for taking out the bins, or I'm responsible for doing the laundry. That's more formal and polite.
Yes, it sounds natural in both daily talk and business small talk situations. You know, people often mention chores casually when describing weekends.
Absolutely. For instance, I spent my Saturday catching up on housework. That's a lovely way to say you finally did the jobs you'd been putting off.
Exactly. And the phrase catch up on means to do something you haven't done for a while. So catch up on emails, catch up on cleaning, catch up on sleep.
Nice little pattern there. And another soft expression is get some bits done. You'll often hear someone say, I stayed home and got some bits done.
That's very British and casual, perfect for friendly conversation. It means small tasks, not one big job.
I love those little details. They make English sound authentic, not just textbook.
Agreed. And listeners, when you talk about chores you dislike, you can use I can't stand. For example, I can't stand ironing or I can't stand cleaning the bathroom.
Yes, polite but expressive. Much better than I hate. It sounds more natural and mature.
Exactly. Or you can use I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of dusting. That's another soft expression.
Speaking of dusting, do you dust regularly, Sam?
Not as often as I should, but I do try to wipe down surfaces once or twice a week.
That's fair enough. And wipe down surfaces. That's a very handy phrase. It means cleaning them with a cloth, not washing them completely.
Correct. These small collocations, wipe down, take out, tidy up, put away, they're what make your English sound fluent.
Yes, they're all phrasal verbs and British English is full of them. So it's good practice to listen for those patterns and repeat them naturally.
I think learners sometimes worry that phrasal verbs are informal, but actually we use them all the time, even on the BBC.
Exactly. It's the tone and the setting that matter, not the words themselves.
And if you ever need to apologize about chores, you can say, sorry, I haven't gotten around to it yet. That's very British. It means you haven't done it yet, but you will.
Lovely phrase. Instead of I didn't do it, which sounds harsh, I haven't gotten around to it feels gentle and polite.
And when you finally do it, you can say, I've just got it done now, or I've finished that now.
Perfect. You could even add, better late than never.
That's the spirit. Before we wrap up, let's share a few sample sentences that learners can repeat.
Good idea. I'll start. I usually do the laundry on Sundays. I take out the bins every evening.
My flatmate and I share the cooking duties.
I'm not a fan of ironing, but I do it when necessary.
I need to tidy up the living room before guests arrive.
Excellent. If listeners practice those out loud, they'll build rhythm and confidence.
And they can also shadow us, play this episode again, and repeat each line slowly. That's how pronunciation really improves.
Exactly. That's what this channel is for, to make everyday English sound easy, natural, and enjoyable.
Yes, speaking of that, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with Sam and Lily for more friendly British English conversations.
We post new lessons and natural dialogues every week, all designed to help you sound fluent and confident.
You can also share this episode with a friend who's learning English. It's great listening practice.
And tell us in the comments, which household chore do you dislike the most, or which one do you actually enjoy?
We'd love to read your answers. It's a nice way to practice writing in English too.
Exactly. And remember, even small daily tasks are chances to learn language.
So next time you're doing the washing up, think, I'm practicing English.
That's right. Make learning part of your routine.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone.
We'll see you in the next episode of Learn English with Sam and Lily.
Take care and keep practicing.
Bye for now.